Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today I have for you guys another movie review. Now, before we tackle, the next movie review, which is going to be Venom: Let There Be Carnage, I watched Venom 1, or just Venom, just a few minutes before filming this, and I was pretty pumped to see Let There Be Carnage, and I'm like, hey, every time I go back to Venom, I never look at it and go, oh, that's a great movie, or oh, that movie's garbage. I always look at it and I go, man, that had some really effed up trailers. Man, that had a really weird Eminem song. Man, no one likes this movie. Critics hate it. Now, you know me. I don't trust critics, right? If a critic gives this movie a frickin' 0, doesn't mean I'm gonna hate it, right? It's just I don't trust them. I trust me. But, I'm like, man, no one likes it, you know what I mean? And then I watch it. Every time I freaking watch it, I'm like, damn, that's a good movie. You know what I mean? That's a really good movie. Now, is this movie perfect? No. But does it deserve to have, I think somewhat with like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes? No. And again, I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. They're freaking rotten. But for the most part, this is a really good movie. I think that there are a few negatives surrounding it, and there's a few negatives in it. But, as far as the preconception that a lot of people had regarding Venom 1 is the first trailer, right? I remember I was at my high school. School ended, and I was like, hey, buddy, one of my buddies, I'm like, hey, come here. And we go out of the locker, and I show him the trailer, and he's like, the hell is this? I'm like, oh, it's the Venom trailer. Isn't that cool? He's like, Venom's not in the dang trailer. I'm like, yeah, but he'll be in there, and he wasn't in it. So a lot of people had that, rightfully so, where the F is Venom, the frickin' black goo monster, the symbiote, in the Venom trailer. He ain't there, maybe for like one shot or one frame. It's mainly just Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy. And then you get the Venom, that stupid ass song that Eminem. Look, I'm not a fan of Eminem at all. I'm not the biggest fan of rap. There's some I like, but most of, it's mainly rock and stuff like that. But, me personally, I don't really like Eminem too much. But, a lot of people didn't like this Venom, that song. I understand, it's alright, whatever. But that's another thing. That's another thing people didn't like. The main third thing is that this is a PG-13 film. Now, this is PG-13 for intense sequences of sci-fi violence and action, and for language. Newsflash, PG-13 means, again, this isn't a rule. If you break, you're going to effing go to jail, but it's a rule I follow. It's a rule people should follow, especially parents. PG-13 means you should probably be 13 years old to watch it, right? Not 6, not 4, not 10, not 11, 13. Of course, children different. Teenagers, in my opinion, when you turn 13, you're not a kid, you're a teenager. What do I know? But, people were expecting, oh my god, Venom has to be R-rated. It's got to be for adults, and they got to say fuck, and there's got to be swear words, and they got to have sex, and there's got to be gore. All these, all these different, tribulations that got to happen, all these check marks you gotta check, for these R-rated films. And look, just like Deadpool, Venom is not an R-rated character. Yes, sometimes in the comics it gets pretty brutal, pretty gory. However, you don't need to have F-words, sex, or extreme gore to have a good film centered around Venom. And that's what we got, a PG-13 film. Again, still not a film for kids, by the way, teens and up. It's a brutal film. It's a violent film. There's still language. There's still some sexy stuff. It's just nothing extremely brutal and shoving down your throat with stuff, because it doesn't need that. You know what I mean? Deadpool 1 and 2 are R-rated. Apparently Deadpool 3 is going to keep that R rating for the MCU. But once upon a Deadpool, the Deadpool 2 version that was PG-13, I have it. I saw it in theaters. I have it on Blu-ray. I freaking love it. It's a good movie. Because you don't need Deadpool to say the F word all the time and decapitate people 24/7 and have sex with chicks. Again, I don't mind that stuff. I'm not like somebody, I'm not going to freak out here, but, you don't need that to have a good story. You know what I mean? You just don't. And this is a good story. Now, the actual film itself has a few flaws, right? I would say that some of the writing, I think that's the biggest flaw. I think the screenwriting is the biggest issue here. It's not horrible. It's not prequel, cringe, but it definitely is. It's something that, one or two of the lines, it's kind of cringy, you know what I mean? Or just the way Eddie Brock or Tom Hardy. Look, he played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. He's pretty freaking good in this. He's really good in this, actually. But there's a few lines, he's got this dumbass look on his face half the time. I don't know what the heck language he speaks or what his accent is, but he sounds like he's gargling a bunch of marbles. Like, he sounds worse than Bane, you know what I mean? In The Dark Knight Rises, which is kind of funny. Half the time you can understand him, and half the time he's like, what? You know what I mean? What are you saying? Take the gum out of your mouth. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. So some of that is a little bit crazy. Some of the, the different things that he says, like, holy shoot, or just stuff like that, some weird things like that. It can be a little bit cringy sometimes. Some of the humor doesn't always land, especially when you get to Venom. When Venom is talking to Eddie and he's like, no, we must speak. That stuff. It's good. It's good stuff. I like it. But when it comes to Eddie himself, some of the humor doesn't always land. I think a lot of people had a problem like, oh, Goo Monster fight Goo Monster. Crazy man jump in lobster tank. Eat lobster. Ha, movie stupid funny. Essentially, if you're a caveman, right? A lot of people, a lot of YouTubers make fun of this film. They go, oh, that's the film where he jumped into the fish tank, started eating the lobster, right? Movie sucks. Look, people like to take this film, Venom, and they like to take it out of context. Like, just like all movies, especially the Star Wars sequels, right? They go, oh, the fans, they go, oh my god, this movie sucks. Oh, why? I thought it was pretty good. Oh, well, he did that. He jumped in the lobster tank. Yeah, there's a freaking reason why he did it, you moron. Grow a pair between your eyes, you know what I mean? Grow a brain. But, I don't know. Like I said, my only real issues between that would be some of the humor doesn't always land. Some of the screenwriting, a little bit, the scripting, the writing, some a little bit, could be a little bit different here. But most of the time, it's funny. It's really fun. The action scenes are really friggin' fun. Especially, there's this one shot where Eddie's on a motorbike, and the drones are blowing up the trucks and cars. And there's one or two shots in this fight where it looks like, like when you watch behind the scenes of like either how they do like an action scene, and there's like this awesome explosion in the back, and they kind of slow it down for the BTS behind the scenes. That's what they do, but it's actually in the movie, and it's really cool. You don't see a lot of that stuff in there where it's kind of shot and framed like a behind the scenes thing. It actually looks pretty freaking cool. I think when we actually get to see Venom biting people's heads off and killing guys and smashing the SWAT dudes and all that shite, looks really good. Venom, the CGI looks pretty much flawless. There's one or two shots, especially where he catches that smoke grenade, smoke bomb, whatever, in his mouth, and it kind of like he bites it and he goes, the smoke goes out. I mean, it looked photoreal. You know what I mean? Some of the CGI, especially Venom's eyes, the way the lighting is, looks really effing good. Riot. A lot of people didn't like Riot because they wanted Carnage. Now, of course, there is Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Again, going to be reviewing that soon, so make sure not to spoil it in the comments because I will be pretty pissed off. So don't do that. Respect my wishes as a YouTuber. Don't spoil this film. For me and others who haven't seen it yet. But I'm going to do a spoiler review, so don't worry, but I haven't seen it yet. But a lot of this stuff really, to wrap it up, it all really comes together, Yeah, the song's a little weird. Yeah, there's a few writing things. Yeah, there's a few editing things. Yeah, but it's not a great Marvel movie. It's not like, oh my god, it's not like an Endgame or Deadpool 2 or, something like that, Logan, some, amazing, must-see Marvel film. But it's better than what a lot of people give it credit for. I'll say that. It's not great. It's not bad. It's simply a good Marvel movie. If you like Venom, and you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're watching this, but watch it. I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? I really did. I think that every time I watch this film, I look back on it and I go, oh, that's, it's alright. And then I put it in and I'm like, damn, this is a pretty good movie, you know what I mean? The movie just finished. Literally 112 minutes passed like that. And I'm like, wow, pretty good movie, you know what I mean? I like it. It's a good movie, I like it. But it should be fun to see Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Worst effing name of all time, really freaking long. Kind of like Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, like Christ, come up with a shorter name. But I do think this is going to be a good movie. The trailers look fun. Again, don't spoil it. But, Andy Serkis is the guy who does Gollum and Snoke and Caesar and Snoke and I think I said Haddock and Snoke. There's a lot of great stuff in there that is very much, Andy Serkis-like from what I can see from the trailers. But we'll have to see what happens, We'll have to see. But I'm looking forward to it. But again, Venom 1, man, there's a few flaws in there, but it really is a good movie, and I have fun watching it. It's very entertaining, very funny at times, very fun, very entertaining. So from a F to an A+, I'm probably going to give Venom 1. I'll probably give it a B+. I'll say that. There's a few scenes that are really cringy. Not prequel cringy, but, there's some little things that Eddie does here that is kind of weird. Some of the editing could be a little bit different. Some scenes end too quickly. But, most of these things are pretty much just, little pet peeves I have. Nothing that makes me go, holy shite, don't watch this. You know what I mean? It's still a fun movie, and I really do recommend watching Venom if you like Marvel. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Very fun film. Again, a few flaws here or there, but I really do enjoy it. I always love watching it, and I can't wait to see Venom Let There Be Carnage. I will be reviewing it, so make sure to hit the bell icon if you're not already. Subscribe, and of course, if you like my review, make sure to drop a like. Tell me in the comments what you think about Venom 1. Again, don't spoil Venom 2. I'll have a separate video on that coming soon. This is a lot of fun. This is a great film. Okay, this is a good film, and I can't wait to see more. Hopefully, you know, from what I've heard, Venom 2 kind of opens the door for more stuff. Where Morbius fits in, not Mobius, Morbius fits in to that whole Sony stuff. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Again, Venom 1, really cool, B+. Again, wrap it up, man. Every single time I go to watch it, I'm like, man, this movie's gonna suck. And then every single time, this is my third or fourth time watching it. Every time I walk away really satisfied. This is a good film. A few flaws, but a good film. Can't wait to see Venom 2. Again, video coming soon. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.